What's up? There's Mom. What's up, Mom? We seen a 3-point in the morning this morning, and then I was messing with him, grunting him. He would go away, and I'd grunt, and he'd come back, and then finally he walked right past our stand, like 5 yards away, and he went behind us. And then I happened to be looking out the window, and there's a doe walking, and he was behind a doe, and they walked off. And then like a half an hour later, he came back out again and was eating the pears. So, but it is the rut. Anything can happen. But it's just too nice out to not be seeing deer. But it's the rut, and it's tough to hunt food plots in the rut. It's hard to get a deer out in the open like this, but we're hoping for like natural movement and like the doe coming out here to feed this evening, and see if it draws a buck in, because we've seen too many bucks here to not have any action. So we'll see what happens. I'll put you guys back on this. What's up? Good night. But that little buck was eating the pears off of that pear tree right there. There's the pear tree right there. That's where they were eating from. So yeah, we didn't have a lot of movement like we would this morning, because last night it rained good for a while, and then it stopped about, my dad said, about 2 in the morning. So, but we did kick 2 big deer out of the, one was in the plot and one was in the woods. Yeah, the food plot looks good. We just need something to come in it. But the pear trees are all, there's tons of pears on that tree. And then across here, there's all kinds of pears on those trees. And that over there eating all morning, and then I grunted and stuff, and he come over here and was eating. But it said movement from 10:54 to 11:54 midday, but we didn't see nothing. So we're just relaxing here, and hopefully this evening, maybe around 3-ish, we'll get some action. But that little buck may come back. I just figured I'd go live now with you guys and see what happens. And then it'll keep me up, because I was ready to fall asleep. But we'll see what happens here in the next few hours. Hit that like button if you haven't. But I'm waiting for a buck to come walking down this gas line. That gas line is right there. I call it a gas line because it goes to a gas well, but it's just a path. But all the bucks come and go from there. It's crazy how easy or how often they use that. Huh. Mm. So next year we're setting up a stand off of that path. My dad has a stand over there. Yeah, Carrie's down there at camp. He's hunting his blind. But all the rain last night, I guess his chair got wet, and he was pissed off that his chair was wet this morning.
You're a wet bum?
Yeah, but we were in the stand. I didn't bring no food with me, but my dad made some sandwiches, so he's eating. I'm just relaxing. I want to shoot something. I just got back from the woods, cold front, hit anything. Hey, Wolf's Den, what's up, Aaron? We just had the 3-point this morning in a doe. Waiting on something to come through. Yeah, we're sitting all day because we had the moon the other day. And midday activities should be amped up, but you're looking at what I'm looking at. And there's few squirrels. But I'm hoping some doe come in and feed today and pull buck in. Or like what is the wind? Southwest.
Mm-hmm.
Southwest wind at 10 miles an hour. No, it's not a premiere. It's a live. The wind is blowing from my back left to my front right, over and across this food plot into I think where like the buck bedding and stuff is. So I got the Jinxum hex stick out in front of us, and I have ecstasy dabs in it, and then I got the summoning tarsal gland dabs in it. I mixed them up and put them in there. So that's blown across the food plot. So we'll see what happens. There's still wasps and hornets in the blind. It's crazy. There's no nest, but every once in a while we get one walking on us or walking up the window. But next week it's supposed to get real cold. And I'm going home tonight and getting ready because I'm heading to Ohio tomorrow for a week. But there ain't much happening down there either, so. Bob's been down there all last week, and this week he's off with me. And we got my dad's like, fuck, you make so much noise. Dropping shit. Then he has candy wrappers. It drives me insane. That's probably why we're not seeing nothing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just watching the wood line over here. Yeah, I did a premiere yesterday with that Life Moser, that car battery, that car jump starter. So I did that, and then come down here. I'm cutting another video while we're here. I figure go live. If something happens this afternoon, you'll be able to see it. We'll see what happens. Not as much action as I thought down here for the rut, because we have a property to the right of us that is logging out, and I'm getting rid of all the woods, so a lot of those deer are on our property, and I figured we'd have some action, right? At least by now we would have seen some doe or bucks. But just that little one was following the doe, and I was surprised that doe was alone. So, and Kerry isn't seeing nothing down in his blind either, so we're just going to sit tight. It's a beautiful day, and we're going to see what unfolds this evening. What's up, Kevin? All right, we'll see. Have a good day. Yeah, I got my blackout on because we're in the blind. My dad's got his camo on. I like to wear black in here. We got the Ozonics running. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, nothing so far. Look at this right here. There ain't nothing. Yeah, we kicked out 2 deer this morning. One was out in the food plot to the right, and it ran. It was a big deer. You could hear it running, but it didn't bolt. It just hopped off. And then as we come walking down the wood line towards the blind to the left of us, another one broke out, and it sounded like the could hear the rack hitting the branches, and it didn't go far either. So let's see if I can come back tonight. At Bob in Ohio, I'm going down there, and I'm just gonna wing it this week because I haven't been down there because I've been taking Theo out. Theo's video is coming out this Wednesday. You're not gonna want to miss out when there's some crazy stuff that happens in that video. So a bunch of videos coming out soon, just hunting and the new property. And then I had to stop at Tractor Supply yesterday on the way down to get a headlamp because I dropped my headlamp out of the stand 2 days ago, well, Thursday, on the new property, and I wanted to make it a point to go down and get it whenever I left, and I walked away and forgot all about it laying there. So we'll see how waterproof that is because it rained all day yesterday. So we'll see. I don't know what the hell guy is right there. Just like a shadow right here. Looks weird. You know, when the sun shines and the shadows go away, it looks like deer everywhere. You're looking so hard for a deer and a bush looks like a buck. Nice day out though. I'll show you the food plot again. I'll keep you on there. You want to probably watch out on me. But yeah, it's beautiful out. And it's November 8th. The rut should be kicked off. I like the 9th and on from the rut, but down here it's usually between the 6th and the 12th. So we should see something. I want to see some sign of rut. We had that little spike tending that doe. The doe just walked past, and the spike was behind it. About 20 feet, just walked behind it. But I'm surprised there wasn't a bigger buck with that doe. I don't have my microphones in, so I gotta try to talk low but loud enough for you guys to hear me. That guy that gave me the persimmons is in here, that Aaron. I told him to send me more.
If he has them, like that.
What?
If he has them, you have more better.
It's just too nice out to not have any action right now. I'm actually disappointed in this morning. Didn't see a red buck at all. And every time we've been down here, Theo either has a shot or he hit one or I pass one up. We've always seen a rack deer in this spot in the mornings. And we didn't see anything today besides that 3-point. It was barely a 3-point. hopefully this evening his natural movement will get a buck on his feet. Or maybe we'll see something while we're live. Who knows?
Those orange shadows are tough, man. I can see them brightness and then it disappears.
Mm-hmm. It's supposed to rain tomorrow in Ohio, so I'm taking my rain gear with me, and I'm not hunting tomorrow. I'm just gonna go down and prep everything, and I'm gonna pull my cameras and put new cameras out because I want to put these other ones on my bait piles down there. And then I'll jump from bottom stand to top stand. Whichever one's more active is the one I'll be sitting on. So I'll be doing a few videos from down there, and I'll be making a few videos, so keep an eye out for that. But it's going to be cold next week. It's supposed to be in the 20s. Bob got turkey foot back on camera. He wasn't seeing him for a while. Someone shot him, and they couldn't find him, and they had a drone down there. And then yesterday morning, Bob sent me a picture of him again, saying he's back, and you could see his gut shot. He was shot in the gut. But I think the deer can die from that gut shot. He might just not be dead yet, but he might take a while, but unless he didn't hit nothing. Yeah, something will happen to it and it'll die. So I'm hoping Brandon, Bob, or Boo get it. I think Brandon or Boo, that's Bob's wife, is supposed to shoot it. But they have some history with that. Hi, Diane. So we'll see. And we'll see what shows up on my camera. But what's neat about my spot is I'm off of a dirt road. Across the street is about 37,000 acres of public wildlife area. So when people go in there, they push the deer around and they come across the road and hopefully come up to me. And then I shoot them. But we'll see. I'm hoping a deer comes out while we're live so you can see it. But usually this field has deer in it when we're hunting, and I'm usually doing a live and there's deer in it. Not today. You'd think it would be because of the rut, but there's not. But the food plot looks good. If anybody's interested in getting any food plot seed, Jinxum is having a buy one, get one free sale. Go in and get what you want and you get free bags with it. I'm probably gonna go buy some clover, the X20. Then hopefully next year, my food plot seed will be on sale in 1/4 acre bags. So we'll see how, I gotta talk to Jinxum on how they want to do that. I just got it looking out there. It's breezy for sure. Yeah, if nothing's in this plot all day, I think the evening we should see something. Don't you think?
I sure do. I think we'll do them this afternoon.
I'm just gonna leave this run on the food plot for a while. So you're looking at what we're looking at. Nothing. I wonder if I should do this. Or this. Put it on that. I'll leave it like that. Looks better. River Snook, what's up? That's cool. We just seen a 3-point this morning, and then it was following a doe behind us. It went behind us. And then we looked, and they were behind us, and the doe was walking, and the buck was behind it. Small one. Is that log? Right there.
Yeah.
See that little ball?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? That log out on the field?
What's up with the deal laying down?
It's like right to the left of these two trees. See it out there? What the heck is that? Is that or is that just like a bush? Let me see there real quick.
It's a bunch of bushes.
Is that? Can't see anything. Jeez. I don't even know where I'm looking. Okay, there's the tree. Yeah, it looks like bushes. Yeah,
Like dry grass, bushes.
I don't know what it is. Weeds or something growing there on the edge of the field. Let's say. He shot a squirrel and people in his bow fell off. Then I shot a squirrel and my bow fell off. I had to buy a new one. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Yeah, it's a southwest wind. It's like going about 10 or 11 miles an hour right now. Yeah, H&S, we had a 3-point and a doe. Came in this morning. Haven't seen nothing since. We were hoping that the midday activity would pick up. What's up, Rustic? Thanks for coming in. But we haven't seen nothing midday yet. it is the rut, so anything can happen.
I think next year we do the same thing to this field. Chill it.
Yep. I'm gonna plow it. We're gonna disc it a little better.
Bring us all back to here. Take this tree out. And that tilted one, take it out.
Mm-hmm.
Clean this up over here.
Mm-hmm. And put the licking branch post in there in the water hole.
Well, we got that oak. We got the oak trees right there. There's a cherry tree next to it. I'm gonna take that cherry out. Let that oak grow.
There's an oak right there too.
Yeah.
The oak trees down there don't produce acorns hardly ever. It's weird.
Yeah, but the wood's worth it.
You know, to me it ain't worth nothing. If it ain't producing deer, it ain't worth nothing.
Money-wise, that's all.
Yeah. I'd like to get a surprise appearance from something.
Yeah, really.
Because it's pretty tough sitting all day and not seeing much. Keep looking at that wood line over here. For something to come out of there, but nothing. But that pear tree right there has seen some action. That's 3-point was over there making rubs, like putting a scent on the branches. That's why I thought the big bucks would be in here because of all the rain we had last night. They'd be out here freshening up their scent and putting all their scent back on all the branches and stuff. But I got the hex stick right where this cherry tree is, right there. I got the hex stick like right behind it. That has the ecstasy and the summoning in it. The summoning is a tarsal gland, buck tarsal, in the rut. And the ecstasy is estrus doe. I did a live last week when I was hunting myself. I passed up an 8-point that came in. You guys haven't watched it go. I rattled it in, and then there was a 5-point that I rattled in like 3 times.
Takes so long for the red oaks to drop acorns.
I don't know. Can you fertilize them?
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna let this run for a while, guys, until we see something. Beautiful day. It did get a little more breezy, but it's still a nice day out. The sun's out, the bluebird skies are out, so it's a good rut day. Should have brought that box of chicken up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll be hungry after, but I can't eat when I'm hunting. It's been cool to see the bear live.
Yeah.
He's probably long gone now. He probably was just passing through. But he might be here.
Mm-hmm. I think more likely he's up in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
I'm see passing through. Man, I'm gonna bring this shit.
I do. I had a good year down here though. I've seen all kinds of bucks now. 3 points disappointing.
Yeah, we did see a lot of nice buck.
You see, I mean, when me and Theo was here, we had that big 10 come in. That one come out over here. We seen the 5 point, a 7 point. And when I was here, I passed up that 8 point. I seen a 6 point, a 3 point, 4 point. But nothing today. Because Theo ain't here, I'm gonna shoot something, so there's nothing out here. When Theo's here, we see him. Itchy eye. I rattled earlier and grunted. But nothing came into that. Yeah, I hope something happens this season. I don't want to leave PA on a bad note. I mean, this whole season down there has been awesome.
I'll try to come up here in the morning when it's raining and pouring. It'll be deer everywhere.
I wouldn't not hunt in the rain.
You wouldn't?
I would.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they moved. Yesterday in the rain, they shot that big one down Ohio.
Yeah, don't carry on that one.
Eric shot. They got multiple big bucks down there this year. They probably got 10 bucks or something like that, because he guides. And they're taking bucks left and right. But it's crazy the difference between like Bob's area and their area. They're baiting and doing everything, and they're getting all these monsters coming in. And Bob hasn't seen a shooter in weeks. And then I'm going down to hunt tomorrow, but I'm gonna just spend tomorrow prepping, and then
Usually he's a lucky one.
yeah.
I mean, he puts the work in. I mean,
Yep.
it ain't luck, you know. I mean, it's.
No, he knows what he's doing, but he's just having some. The corn being up down there is hurting, and I don't know. I think there's a lot of people back in public that are moving them deer around. So we'll see this week coming up. Let's see what happens. Like I said, tomorrow, the Steeler game's tomorrow night. So I'm probably gonna go down and we're gonna get everything prepped and get the cameras out and come back and dry off and relax and eat dinner and probably watch the Steeler game. That's what we're gonna do. And then get up early Monday and get after it. And hopefully get some deer starting to use the bait. I have the trophy rocks down there still. So there's something there. It ain't like I'm just gonna dump more stuff on, that's it. But I'm gonna dump in that area again. And last year on the 26th is when I shot the big one. But I'm gonna, my standards aren't gonna be lowered, but I'm not gonna shoot a small one either. I'm gonna shoot a decent one, and if I have to, then I don't shoot one, and then I start going down in the extended season when it's freezing out, because Bob shot the last 3 years, he shot them in January. He shot his bucks in the late in the season because on food, after the rut and everything, they get back on the food, so maybe that's time to get a big one down there this year.
Makes sense. So after the rut, they gotta put meat back on.
Yeah. Thanks. So yeah, they gotta feed again, and that's what they'll do, is go back to the food. But what I'm doing is just trying to bait in with the corn piles. Everybody in Ohio has a corn pile. I just try to be a little different. So hopefully we get some does in the area coming in to feed, and then that'll bring a buck in, because you never know what's going to walk in down there. Stuff in my pockets.
We're getting fuzzies.
Food. Food from last week. I had cupcakes. I'd like even for that 3-point to come back in, just to give you something to see. But that's hunting. Doesn't happen all the time. Yeah, it's nice out.
Mm-hmm.
I think there'd be some kind of movement. How is Bob doing in Ohio? He ain't doing too well. Like I said, he just got one shooter back on camera. Somebody shot it. They couldn't find it, and then he was all bummed out about that, and then all of a sudden he got it on his camera yesterday. So it was good news. And then there's no other shooters on the lease. There was an 8-point that showed up, a decent one, and I have a 9 and an 8 in my area, but hoping something shows up like that. I'll shoot the 9-point, I think, with the double brow tine. So I would shoot that one, I think. But I'm trying not to, I'm not lowering the standards because we're not seeing nothing, but I don't have any shooters like that I'm going after, like specifically. Usually I know what's down there and what I want to go after. Sort of like here. I knew all the deer that were here. And then Theo, well, you'll see the next video what happens with Theo, but it's pretty cool. And it's, you won't believe what happens. And then I come down here and I don't see a deer. Well, I did pass one up last Saturday down here. There's an 8.22 yards away. And I didn't pull the trigger. But if he makes it to next year, but there's rifle season, and down here it's crazy with rifle. A lot of people hunt down here and poach and do all kinds of crazy stuff. So if they make it, it's hard to manage our property. That's why we just put food out to try to get them in here during hunting season. We don't plant food plots in the summertime. We can't maintain it, and our budget won't allow it. Like to maintain all these food plots all 24/7. So we just get enough money to do it in the fall when we're hunting, and then after the season, it helps the deer out for food later into the winter, because the green plots that we have all stay pretty green throughout the winter. So we do that, and then we supplemental feed in February, March, and April. So that feeder down there's broke. We have a feeder down at the bottom that broke. So one of the raccoons or something was hanging on it and broke the spinner feeder. So we got to fix that or buy a new one. And then we'll put up supplemental feed, like I said, February, March, and April. And then May, it's already all the blooms and blossoms, so they have enough browse from May on. And then August, we plant. I will frost seed clover in March or April, depending on how the weather is. Nothing yet. It's tough to sit all day, guys. If you guys ever did it, it's not for the faint of heart. You definitely got to put, it's rough. And then when you're done sitting, you're sore from just sitting, believe it or not. As you get older, it gets worse. But I like to sit all day for the rut for sure. A lot of people don't do it anymore. They just leave and go out. But for the last couple of years, I didn't have to sit all day. I got lucky, but sitting all day, to be honest with you, there's only one time that I could tell you that I shot a deer at noon, and that was in Ohio, and it was 82 degrees out. And I shot my deer, and we drug him out, and we were in t-shirts. And he came at noon, and it was that hot out. But that's the only time I can say that I shot a deer at midday for the rut or anything like that. So most of the deer I shot are either in the morning or the evening, no matter what, like even on the rut. So all the people that say, yeah, you sit all day and it's worth it. Well, when you sit all day and you shoot one in the evening, it's worth it. But when you sit all day and don't see nothing, or you don't shoot nothing, it's tough. and it's tough to get the next day. Like down in Ohio, I'll be sitting from morning till night, coming home, eating, relaxing, going to bed, and then getting up. That's all I'm going to be doing. And that's really tough to do. Sometimes I have to say, no, I'm not going to sit all day, and I'll come in at like midday and like take a nap for like 2 hours and then get back out there. But lately I've been playing the weather a lot. It's like if the weather's bad, then I take my naps or, get the rest, and then when the weather's good, you be out there. And I've been following like the barometric pressure and the fronts that are coming in. And this year we did pretty good with seeing deer, and Theo did awesome this year, so. But he'll be coming down for rifle. He's done archery hunting this year because he's busy. But he came down with me for 3 weekends in a row and hunted hard. So I got to give him that, but he's just not into it to come back down today or last weekend, so I let him do his thing. But he said he'll come down rifle, so hopefully be successful rifle hunting this year. But we'll be doing a video of that on deer camp. We're going to have some new members in the camp this year for first day, so that'll be fun. We'll be eating good and hanging out. Friday, we'll probably shoot some guns in the morning. And we don't like to shoot like all day Friday, so we'll probably sight the guns in Friday morning and then hang out and either put your stuff in your stand that you want up there and come down, eat dinner, and hang out, and then get up Saturday and go out and hunt morning till night, and then Sunday get out and hunt morning till night. So but I'm anxious to see what the 2025 deer camp video brings, because we're going to have some people down there hunting, and we'll be spread out on the property, and then we'll really see like what people are seeing. So, like, because we're only looking at this one spot, you know what I mean? And then you have Carrie down there probably. I don't know if George is coming, if Bobby's coming. And we'll have some people out, and then we'll see what's here and see what they see. And that gives you sort of a read on what you're doing. But if you watched any of our videos and this next one coming on, we've seen a lot of bucks right in this area. And like I said, right on that tree right there. Every deer we had hunted, every deer we had just about went to that pear tree and put its scent in that tree or ate the pears out of it. So that's the game plan, to just get a rundown this year and see what's going on. See how many deer we take. Last year we took 3 bucks or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take some does too, I think. I don't know, if a doe comes in today, maybe I'll shoot one. But no, I won't shoot a doe yet. It's still the rut. I'll wait till after in rifle season or whatever. Plus I got my PA tag still, and I have a doe tag for PA. So I'll be doing some late season hunts in PA, because I'm basically done. If I hunt this week, I think we still got next weekend.
Yeah.
So we still got next weekend, but I'll be in Ohio. Now if I shoot my deer early, I'll come back and cut my vacation at work short, and I'll just cancel my days so I have them left over, and then I can hunt the weekend in PA. But we'll see. Perfect world, we shoot one tonight, and then go to Ohio and shoot one on like Tuesday, and then come home and get ready for Christmas.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving, I mean. And then we'll come down for rifle season with Theo. So I'd like to be done in PA for rifle season, but because 3 of us will be in the blind here. I don't know if all 3 of us will have our guns, but I know Theo and my dad will. I might not. Unless I hunt the morning with, let them shoot in the morning. Theo's definitely going to shoot first, probably. And then my dad, and then I'll hang and I'll shoot some in the evening, maybe. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Alright guys, we're going to end this because there ain't no action right now and I don't want to bore you with any more. But this is what we're looking at all day here, so keep an eye out for the video. We got some action on the video that I cut, and we're going to cut the video this evening as well, so make sure you're checking it out. I appreciate you guys coming in. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and hit your notifications all. And we'll see you next time.